Hello, my name is Holly from My Daily HAEDs on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for joining me today. I am here to talk about my cross stitch, so we shall start straight into that. My first project is Quick Stitch, The Falling Snow by Alan Giana, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, stitched on 25 count lugana 1/1 full cross. And I've got, it's now currently at 28.95%, so hopefully I'll be up to 30% soon. The first 10% took me forever. This last 10% seems to be going a little bit quicker. And I've got 1,086 stitches in it. Let me turn it right side up. Let's see if I can, there we go. I'm back up at the tree again. Glorious colors, but it is changing colors quite frequently. And I do enjoy the sky because there's so few colors, you can kind of zoom through it. But I enjoy the Christmas tree as well because you have so many beautiful colors. The color's not really coming out in this today. It looks a bit, I don't know, a lot darker than it normally is. I'm so enjoying that. I was getting down to the I think now that I'm doing 200 stitches a time when I stitch on it, well, at least that's what my aim for. It's because it's going a little bit faster and I'm seeing progress more. I'm getting more excited for it. So I will do my best to get it done by next Christmas. So that will be a lot of fun. And next thing I'll be talking about is Mini Evening by Leonid Afremov. Here it is. It's Leonid Afremov. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's stitched on 18 count aida, 2/1 full cross. I've only worked on this once this week. And the colors in it's just glorious. You do run into a little patch of confetti every once in a while, but overall it's lovely. And the confetti really does bring out the other bits and pieces of the pattern. So it's enjoyable. It's not what I'm concentrating on at the moment. Mini Evening is at 4.88%, so hopefully I can have that to 5% next time. I only did 123 stitches on it this week, which is a shame because I do enjoy stitching on it, but it's been, December is a busy month. I still haven't got all my Christmas decorations out. I'm still working on it slowly but surely. And my husband had the weekend off, and things always on weekends when he has 2 days off in a row, my days seem to go a lot faster than they do when he's working. Anyway, this is Mini Mountain Landscape, a stock photo charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a glorious, glorious pattern, all those beautiful colors. It's charted, it's stitched on 18 count aida, 2/1 full cross. I do love the coverage on it, but I prefer the neatness of the 1/1, and I think I'll be trying 1/1 sometime soon. Now this is how far I've gotten. This is supposed to be my focus, but yet again it's been quite busy this week. Not much time for stitching on Heaven and Earth is my full coverage. That will go back to normal after Christmas, or after Flossmas, I'm sure. Our son will be here on Christmas Eve. We're all excited, and I'm sure I won't get much stitching done when he's here because it will be so joyful to be able to see him. The next thing I've been stitching on is the Bucilla Tiny Stockings cross stitch kit. Now I've got I have finished all these three here. I finished this one, and I have finished this one. Now I am currently working on the Cherub now. A few modifications that the lady in the cross stitch, the person whoever did the model stitch, did the same thing. They made full crosses in the shadowy areas on the Cherub. So that is, I'm on a mission to try to get as many of these cross stitch ornaments done over Christmas, before Christmas. Not to have them on the tree, but just to get them done, because it's just one of those things I don't like having projects lingering. So that is what we've done. My husband took me on a Christmas lights tour. That's in Flosstube, Flossmas 11. If you want to see an example of British Christmas lights, they're lovely. They're cheerful. Nothing on the same scale as the American ones, according to my husband, who's British. But I still enjoy them. Like I said, I'm still unpacking my Christmas decorations. Doing Flossmas has slowed down my decorating a bit, but I am enjoying looking up different links, trying to find things that might interest people, the Christmassy kinds of links. And it's been quite nice to have people message me and say they've enjoyed looking at the links as well. So it's kind of like a treasure hunt of Christmassy stuff, trying to find things that I think might be interesting to other people. So that's what I've been doing. I found this little hat I made years ago. I made a sock snowman, and I had to make it wide to go over the snowman's head, but the snowman needs to be replaced now. I think I'm going to be throwing it away this year. So I decided to put the little hat on the tree. And besides that, I'll put a slideshow of my last, I took a drive to Bamburgh a few weeks ago, and I took some video footage there. So I'll put that as a slideshow at the back, video at the end, and a few photos, I think. So I'll put that at the end of the video. Besides that, for here it was -5 Celsius. It's still blooming cold, whether it's Fahrenheit or Celsius. It's my poor husband, when he went out to work this morning, I always get up a few minutes before him. And especially now that, I always get up before him and make his drinks and his lunch for him before he leaves. And then he wakes up a little bit after me to get ready for work. It's just something I really enjoy doing, to make him have a good start to the day, and it makes me have a good start to the day. But in the winter time, I do him a homemade soup every morning to go off to work with, so he has something nice and hot while he's out at work, because he can be in quite cold conditions. So it's a good thing to have nice warm drink, something to eat. But yes, it was my husband had a lot of thawing out to do to get his car ready to. The cars still look like somebody's put dusted icing sugar or confectioner's sugar all over them, because they've still got so much high frost, and it's the middle of the day now, so it's all right. It could be a lot worse. Yeah, fortunately we don't have any snow at the moment. It all melted away, but the roads are still tricky, because there you can see the they're frozen, so they're a bit slippery. My husband said that when he's doing his job, it's going around corners can be quite dicey. So I can see where that would be very true. Bless him. You know it's cold when he's doing all kinds of layers. Anyway, like I said, my son and his fiance will be here soon. I'll be able to give my baby boy a cuddle, and she's a sweetie. I love giving, she gives the best cuddles as well. And it's just, it's listening to Christmas music and trying to find all kinds of Christmassy tips and tricks and various different things. Finding old Christmas shows that I've seen in years before and past from my childhood and whatever. It's been such a joyful experience. And take a little bit out of time out of your day and try to give yourself some joy as well. Someone left a message on one of my YouTube videos, Jack in Sprat. She was saying that to get pencil marks or any kind of marks out of her cross stitch, she uses Syntrapol and Persil, P-E-R-S-I-L, ProClean, that she gets off of Amazon. And she says that works perfectly to get any kind of marks out of her cross stitch. I remarked about the pencil marks in my birdsong. I looked it up. It's a lot more than I want to spend. For me, it would have been £50, I think, roughly, to get those supplies. So I treated birdsong with some upholstery cleaner, and I went over the grid lines with some more fairy liquid, and I haven't ironed it yet and inspected it carefully, but from first glance it looks like it did the trick. But my next thing if that hadn't worked, I would have definitely gotten the Syntrapol and the Persil ProClean. I've actually saved it in my Amazon cart saved for later, just in case anything comes along. But that was really kind of her to suggest that. So that's something to think about. I wanted to say that Mama Carmen, she's been quite ill. I wanted to send her my love and well wishes and prayers, and hope that she gets better soon. I found out yesterday evening that she's been quite ill. It worries me. And you just think you're so many miles away. You just want to be able to go and get some, bring someone some chicken soup and, kind of offer any kind of comfort that you can. So I'm just sending comfort across the virtual world and say that I wish you well, my friend. I've been watching I've been trying to keep up with all the Flossmas. I've settled down to quite a few, and I've been watching them every day. It's quite a joy to watch them. Thread the Needle, Small Town Stitches, oh goodness, so many others. I can't think of them. I only wrote those two down, but I'm sitting there with all these tabs open on YouTube trying to watch things as I'm busy stitching or editing or things. But when I'm editing videos or doing all the filling in the Dropbox with all the links and stuff, I don't always remember to write things down. Ginger Gerald did a video today and I watched that. It was good to see him. Just take time, breathe, enjoy yourself. Listen to some music that makes you happy, and have a wonderful day. Take care. I forgot to record this. Mama Carmen asked me how a southern US girl like myself met a an Englishman so that we got married. My husband and I started out as pen pals. His mother worked with someone I knew who knew I loved to write letters, and he was going traveling, and his mother handed him my address along with lots of other people. So we were pen pals for about 9 months. After a few months, we started making phone calls. You know, when you could buy those cards and you'd like pay 1 cent a minute or whatever. So we'd start making phone calls to each other after a while, but we were still just friends. There was nothing romantic about it. And then I came over to the UK to help someone open up for a few months, to help someone open up a B&B and down in Kent. And he came down to visit me the first day I got there. And then he traveled back to the States. We never met in the States, but he'd gone to visit a friend, to help a friend, and his friend needed his help again, so he went back to the States to help his friend through the Christmas rush. And meanwhile I was here, and when he came back to London. He had to immediately go back to work, but we had our first date on New Year's Eve, and the rest is history. We fell in love, and we've been very happy ever since. So that is our story. We actually were snail mail writing letters, and we've still got those letters all saved up. It's quite, and we've tried going through them a few times, but they're literally like inches high, because we're both prolific writers, and we were writing double-sided letters to each other. And it got to a point where we were exchanging letters, and we would be answering the last letter and still writing, or we'd write 2 letters a week at one point, and it was really nice. Anyway, that's how we met, Mama Carmen. We were pen pals, and a romance blossomed after we met. So it's lovely. He's my teddy bear man. He calls me his angel, and we love each other very much. Have a wonderful day.